Shit, I could have been anybody. Thank you, God. I'm blessed to know that I am Him. Ooh, I completely understand why these niggas mad, motherfucker. I told you before. Why? Go get a bag, I sacrifice my blood, sweat, and tears for opportunities, speaking things into existence. True fruition, I can punch someone's clock for 20 years for a pension, or take a chance on myself and make a sound decision. Option number 2 sounds more I like it, cause with that choice, I can make my life more exciting. These hoes got delusions of grandeur and don't motherfucking care. I don't motherfucking care. Aorta made by Frigidaire. Norfolk nigga, but on the globe I've been about everywhere. Factuals. Up-tempo still my favorite Nike Air. I love to wear. These niggas act like bitches. These bitches act like niggas. I just stay away from fuck shit and focus on my digits. Women lie, men lie, but the numbers don't pay attention. This recipe of mine is only from my kitchen. Lord knows I be chefing up, whipping motherfuckers, straightening this medicine. Here's your prescription. She loves the fact I speak with such precise diction. So the bird blew me down without a Twitter mention. Cold Perrier in the crystal glass on fizzle, playing Resident Evil 4 on the PlayStation Fizzle. I command you to go get you some money, some words from Young Jizzle. I document my life whenever I decide to scribble. Pay these weak niggas in dust. In God I trust. I need that cheese in the bread, piece of the stuffed crust. My mind can move mountains. Neurologically I'm really clutch, like the black mamba in the 4th quarter with the shooter's touch. I got that killer instinct. Westbrook Russ, rule of thumb: if you ain't fucking her, my nigga, don't fuss, save your energy, do something productive. You know what's up. Take some time for self and get you together. That's a must. Right. I'm so grateful, thank God. Thank God. 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 I told my bitch that I'll be back, I gotta make me a run. If I say that I'ma do it, then it's gon' get done. Bitch, I work too hard for you to play with my name. Cold game off the top while I'm collecting my funds. My seat back, I'm in and out of lanes cruising. I got some Henny in my cup, or is it Douce? She rollin' killer at the crib while I'm moving. When I get back, it ain't a question that we groovin'. Bitch, I told you once before, it ain't no playing with me. Try it on another nigga who ain't nothing like me. If them hoes still talking, let them hoes talk. Get your money, play the cut, they tryna get caught. It's a price on anything, even pussy. That's why I need a full payment for your cookies. My bottom bitch, she understand she ain't a rookie. She collect my money too and bring it to me. I was blessed with a mouth where I put hands on the floor. Soak up all this game, G, let it sit and get pores. If they hate, let them hate, they gon' hate to the core. Instead of hating, get some paper and don't look for rewards. She stuffing all that killer in a raw cone. My way on chill, coolin' in another time zone. Every time I write something, I be mind blown. It makes sense, a nigga gotta set the right tone. I told my bitch that I'll be back, I gotta make me a run. If I say that I'ma do it, then it's gon' get done. Bitch, I work too hard for you to play with my name. Cold game off the top while I'm collecting my funds. My seat back, I'm in and out of lanes cruising. I got some Henny in my cup, or is it Douce? She rollin' killer at the crib while I'm moving. When I get back, it ain't a question that we groovin'. Yeah, keep it G, that's the way to be. When you moving free, bitch, please better have my money when you come to me. Got it honest, pimpin' in my blood, it ain't hard to see. Driving slow with my seat back, playing sugar free. She know I got a fine taste for some chocolate, but money tastes better gone in my wallet. I catch a nap on the spot, Rasheed Wallace. Then waking up to the grind, being honest. I need my motherfucking ends. I need that right now, love, let's not pretend. Since you are on, baby, put on your friend. Tell her she is worthy of making me ends. Say it ends twice cause I love the money. Staying away from all the snakes cause they moving funny. Little bitch, Steph ain't never been a dummy. Say the tears, so I'ma need all my money. I told my bitch that I'll be back, I gotta make me a run. If I say that I'ma do it, then it's gon' get done. Bitch, I work too hard for you to play with my name. Cold game off the top while I'm collecting my funds. My seat back, I'm in and out of lanes cruising. I got some Henny in my cup, or is it Douce? She rollin' killer at the crib while I'm moving. When I get back, it ain't a question that we grooving. Yeah.
Testing, 1, 2, testing. What is up? What is good? OSD Live Reloaded back with another live stream, a Saturday chill session. Link is already pinned in the chat. Appreciate everybody that's watching right now. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I appreciate your subscription. Share the live stream, share the channel. We back again. I got a bit of some time right now, so I figured let's do a good live stream on a good Saturday. So I appreciate you all that's watching. Again, please feel free to share your thoughts and opinions in the chat. We just rocking out. Yeah. Like I told y'all, man, I'm enjoying these StreamYard updates. I like what StreamYard has done. Yeah, what StreamYard has done, amazing. And I can't actually see, I don't know if it's because I'm the person over the live stream, but I can't see the poll. I don't know what a poll is that I created for this particular live broadcast, but it's telling me that it is still activated. So please take time to vote. The question right now is, what's your favorite type of content to watch during your downtime? Comedy sketches, comedy skits, documentaries, vlogs, lifestyle videos, or podcast interviews. It's kind of a mixture of a lot of different forms of entertainment. Comedy and skits be funny, especially on YouTube, you know, with all the creatives that's up here. Give me a second. I'm going to do a good stream health check. Okay, y'all can hear me good. Y'all can hear me good. All right. We back. Let me see. All right, we back. Appreciate y'all, man. OSD Live Reloaded, back with another live stream. Back with another beautiful opportunity. An opportunity to see another day. As you all can see, Nightbot has my social media contacts in there. This is an open live broadcast, this particular live stream. So if you want to come up, share your thoughts and opinions, please feel free. The link is in the chat. Also, vote, because I have a poll in the chat right now. So feel free to vote. Live broadcast, man. Had a little time just to want to come up and give some words of encouragement to all content creators. Again, keep pushing forward to what it is that you want to see for your channel, your material. Stand behind your material. Don't let nobody tell you otherwise. Stay true to self, man. These StreamYard updates are something else. They want to make sure you got those referral links and everything to see if you can pretty much promote them during your live stream. It's almost like it's in-house sponsorship. So you get the StreamYard, you using StreamYard as the platform, and then they like, all right, we're gonna let you use the platform, but you still gotta promote us. But they throw in incentives as well, you know, with this referral. But they're getting a lot. They trying new things as far as marketing, is what I'm saying. And you can't help but to respect that. Gotta respect that. It's business first. Always business first. But shouts out to everybody. Yeah, like I was saying, just a great situation, great day. Might take my camera out for a spin and actually get some content. Not sure really. Was supposed to did some shooting this morning, but you know, life be life, and then a lot of variables that happened, so didn't get a chance to actually bring the camera out. But you know, we're here. I might bring it out later on before it gets rainy on my side. It's supposed to rain later on, but we'll see how it go. See how it play out. Blaze Mac in the building. Factuals. What's going on, bro? He says, peace and blessings, OSD, and everyone in the house. Hope everything is going smooth. It's been a while since I've been over here, LOL. That song at the beginning was dope. Fire emojis, praying hands. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you for stopping by, checking out the live broadcast, man. Hey, whenever you pull up, man, always feel free to share your thoughts and opinions. Thank you for the support, and definitely sharing your thoughts and opinions about the music video. Yeah, man, have fun making that joint. Young Riaz, what's going on? Factuals. Young Riaz in the back chat. I see you, Young Riaz. What up, G?
What up? Hey, what up, man?
What's going on, man? What's on your mind?
I'm doing good though. Not much today. I'm just chilling out today. Just pretty much posting my content I needed to post though. And yeah, I'm just, enjoying the day.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. Like today is definitely a great day for posting content. Like I said, I was going to get the camera out early this morning, but variables. So I might bring the camera out later on today to kind of, get some other shots for some content that I want to do. But the actual scheduled content that I had planned this morning, that kind of fell through. But we scheduling for a later date. But
That's
right
cool.
now, just want to get some content today. Well, attempt to, I should say.
Okay, I get you on that. I feel you though, man. I can't, you know. I mean, the short that I posted today is about a UK rapper named Sneak Bo. He's a legend. Back in the day, he was a game-changing artist, though. Because the style he did, though, yes, he was about that life, but he always found a way out. And basic, and he did music, though, back then. He was a game changer. He did the road rap style, but instead of doing it over the normal American gangster rap beats, though, in a respectful way, he used a dancehall beat. So he changed it up. So while everyone else back then was using the American beat, he used the dancehall beat while he rapped. And back in his time, he was unique though, because of his style was so unique back then. No, his sound eventually led to the Afro swing sound that later took over afterwards though until 2020. So he was a
Yeah, man.
pioneer.
Yeah, man. Definitely about the innovation. Definitely about the innovation. What song you talking about, Blaze? Are you talking about the Thank God song or the that's what I forgot to play. I forgot to play that song. That's actually should have been the next song that I played next. Matter of fact, I'm gonna play that song right now. Young Riaz, you're more than welcome to stay up. I'm gonna play this tune and we're gonna keep on, with the dialogue. So this next selection, this next musical selection is by Steph is Dope, which is moi. And it's called So High. I actually posted this song yesterday. So hope you all enjoy it. Be sure to subscribe up to the YouTube music channel, Steph is Dope. And we got some more content on the way heading to that channel. So, but here's So High.
When I ride, I get high, so high. When I ride, oh, when I ride, and I get high.
Ooh, ain't nothing like them late night cruises, that's factual. I got my lighter trying to see what this pack can do. Packy out, purple punch in the bag. I wrote to this song for you to spark to. Ooh, heavyweight smoke title in the rafters. A stand-out filled with vegetables from the pastures of Thailand. Get high, man. These will tie you in the clouds in the sky, man. So high, I put my mind at ease. R.I.P. Gary, cause we still puffing on cheese. I keep it so a thou wow, that's on G's. Mason jar filled with high-grade premium trees. Kush fragrance, layered with Tom Ford cologne. Keep them negative vibes over there, cause I don't condone none of that fuck shit. Right, you little fucking bird. All I need is cold Perrier and purple herb. Shit, we totin' on that potent, and you know there's vegetables that I'm rolling. Let's go scrolling up to the spaceship on a trip. Blue chips on at the moment. Puff puff, don't pass, cause everybody got their own spliffs. Factual. That bomb, that lime, goddamn, that Cali cake. Ooh, she be pulling so good that you gotta look at her. Right. Sincere face like Mary, yes you do matter. Got my animal cookies, I'm so lit. Word to my name, motherfucker, I'm on my shit. Jerry Payton, Animal Mints, and Larry Bird. All-star pack of legendary purple herb. Ooh, what's the word? Let's get to the cream. Never mind them clowns, their whole lives are damn mean. Baby, I'm puffin', puffin', that 93 pack puffin', puffin'. Yeah, I need
when
that.
I get high, so high. When I ride.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That song right there was called So High. I actually wrote that
Okay.
song two, I'll say 2 years ago. That's a 2-year-old song. Just decided
Okay.
to put it out yesterday, you know. Nice little
Okay.
vibe
That's
to it.
cool. That's cool. Anyways, though, I'm just saying that I think it's wait, next Friday. That thing is gonna be next Friday is gonna be Eid al Adha, so I'm gonna celebrate Eid next Friday. But actually, though, my no, my brother and sister got something else, so I'll probably celebrate Eid the next day.
Hmm.
But I'm gonna stay home on Friday anyway.
Just chill out.
Mhm. Yeah, 'cause Saturday, though, my family will just probably take me to London. We'll go chill and eat with my family, and we're gonna probably go to London though on next Saturday or something like that, and go chill with the family there though, and spend time there though. So
Oh,
yeah,
definitely got to get the time in with the family. That's
yeah,
important. It's definitely important to get time with the family and create those memories and stuff because tomorrow not promised to anybody, man.
yeah,
So you definitely got to get that time in when you can and be thankful and grateful to see a new day, man. So that's
mm,
just where I'm at with everything as far as just, the creations and, everything that I'm putting into the products that I'm pushing out on just, YouTube platforms and all different platforms, Instagram. It doesn't matter. I just, take it as an opportunity to create, man, because you get the opportunity to see another day.
yeah. I feel you on that though. Because for me though, right now I'm trying to balance, doing this thing here, and I got a TikTok, so I'm trying to balance that, and I'm making it over there though.
Mm, okay.
Like I've made it over there though, and I'm doing well for myself there. So I'm trying to balance both those. So sometimes though, I just probably it's easier to take a break over there though than it here. Here you have to work really hard though. There's not that much. I'm consistent no matter what.
Yeah, man. Look like you up there trying to stay awake right now. You tired?
Nah, I'm not tired. I'm chilled.
Okay. Okay, just checking. Look like you a little tired right now, man. But at least you chilling out. It's a chill Saturday, and
Yeah.
that's all it really is to do.
Nah, I think that's just sometimes though, you get that look though when you actually get too comfortable, that's the type of look a person just gives though. It's like sometimes that just tends to happen though when you get too comfortable.
Yeah, I feel you on that. Yeah, Blaze. Blaze said, "Damn, I want that song so high." And that other song I heard when I first tapped in, I think it's called East Coast Too Short. So East Coast Too Short is the actual project. And I think that song you talking about is called Run, which is one of my favorite songs that I've ever wrote too. Just because of the whole vibe, that whole West Coast esque sound. Love the West Coast sound. And So High. I'm actually gonna have that available for music streaming platforms soon. That's actually what I was working on today, just trying to get the ins and outs for that because I do want to make that available for streaming platforms. But it's definitely up on my Stuff Is Dope YouTube music channel. So appreciate the support, bro, for sure, man.
Okay, that's cool. I mean, pretty much not much though for me though. Like basically, the one artist is by SBK, the UK rapper SBK. He's currently in Japan right now. He's just in Japan. Basically, he's going for a law, man. He's chilling out there though, and he's also touring in Japan too. So like with SBK, like yeah, he's going global though from the UK, and he's doing his thing though, and he's in Japan though. And I think recent project he made like an EP or something like that, where he went back to grime after 4 years. He made a grime project after 4 years so from being away, but he made it more like he blended grime, but with more of a Japanese type of theme to it though, like Japanese inspired grime project though. That's what SBK did because yeah, he's done grime for 10 years, but then he said he stepped away from grime for like 4 years and he went over to like the alternative rap scene instead. So
Right. Yeah, I mean, just expanding the sound. And I was just talking to my brother this morning, and I was just saying, like, now the music these days is more experimental music. You know, you're experimenting with different sounds, you're trying out different cadences, and seeing that that's much so the music that people are trying to hear these days. They want to hear originality, and that's the vision that I have as far as like music moving forward is, of course, make it organic, of course, have fun while you're doing it, and experiment with different sounds, because that's what's going to keep, you know, the uniqueness in the material.
Yeah, that makes sense though. But for him though, he's just basically discovering. He's like the same age as me. He's 23. I'm 23, and he's doing well for himself like that though. Started doing, his thing very young, like 14 or something like that. He was already on a major platform at 14 years old. SPK was at like 14 years old when he started out though, and he made it a major platform though at 14 though, and he did really well. Like he's that talented though at 14, and he made it there. And I think it's just probably though when he spent his time in Japan, it just made him realize though he can do both though. It is that before he fought, it's not that he couldn't do it though. That he couldn't do that before. He just didn't think about it like that before though. And he didn't really like how the scene was treating him before that though. But then he just, spent some time though actually to think about it though, and he realized though. He even made a song called Apology to Grime though. It's like a love letter to the scene instead though. He even titled a song called Apology to Grime.
Oh, damn, that's dope. Paying homage, that's dope.
Yeah. Like he literally, yeah, that's kind of paying homage though. Because also that he made himself like, look, I'm not bigger than they seem like that though. Like like a love letter though. That's what he was trying to do.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Blaze says, Too Short has always been a go-to for me. I'm Bay Area born and raised, so stayed in rotation. So he stayed in rotation. I'm sorry. He said, Too Short has always been a go-to for me. I'm Bay Area born and raised, so he stayed in rotation. Man, listen, Too Short is a legend, like
Yeah.
super legendary. Like I said, I was talking about him the other day. He has like over 22 albums. You know what I'm saying? Definitely a legend. You know,
I
definitely
agree
a
with you
legend.
though. Wait, though, what's your favorite Too Short album? I like Too Short too, though. I think the one I like though is the How to Be Gangster one. Say you wanna be a gangster and stuff like that, though.
Yeah. Too Short got a lot of different classics, man. It's too many to name. You know, even now, like his catalog, he's even still adding more to his catalog. Like now, like I listened to some 2025 Too Short this year. Crazy, like
Yeah, I
so,
agree with you. Wait,
yeah,
but the one artist though who stays in my rotation is a guy called Young Teflon though. But he has, and he's clever with his name. He puts Young, but then he puts the S in front of Young, and then he puts space Teflon though. But he says I'm not Young Teflon though. He wants you to put the space. But he says he's Young Teflon though. So basically, he's been going since 2005. Though he started off doing grime, but then he went over to the road rap scene. He's doing his thing though, man, and he's like literally made a banger though. He literally has no misses though, literally no misses though. And he's like an OG type status though with him, no. And with him, though, that type of style he got going on, he's like basically middle generation, though. Like he's kind of like in the shadow of his peers, but at the same time, the young generation, how they see him and stuff like that. So he's like straight down the middle. Similar, the thing is, he's kind of the UK equivalent to J. Cole, but the only difference is, though, between Cole and Tef is Tef never apologizes, though. Tef is known for being unapologetic. Because Tef will literally,
yeah,
whatever Tef thinks or whatever he says, though, he literally won't apologize.
man.
And
You always
people respect him for that.
Yeah. I remember you was telling me that before, because you always make it a thing to say that part too when you speak about the artist, that he don't apologize. Because I guess you don't like the fact that J. Cole had apologized like that. It kind of backed out of the the rap battle and stuff. I got you, young Riaz. I'm right there with you. I got you.
Yeah,
Because
but look, I
you
can
definitely
understand.
make that a
I'm
point.
understanding. I get you on that though, but I kind of feel how people think of that though. Because look, I can understand. Look, he's trying to take the mature approach, but how can you say you're the best though when you literally just said, "Look, I'm the best and no one can touch me," but when actually the moment comes to prove it, that you apologized.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, it don't make sense. And I agree. I agree. I kind of think that stained his legacy a bit, but I still think he's an elite lyricist, of course. But
Yeah,
that
I
particular
rate
move
him as a
was
lyricist,
was
but
just
that's
kind of
the
crazy.
problem. Yeah. I do rate Hef a lot though. He even had his newest project though. He released the newest album though this year though. It's called Keep the Change though. Basically, Young Teflon's album called Keep the Change though. That's what he called it because he's matured a lot. He's been through so much though, and he's really progressed so much from his career. Yeah, he has some elements of some old school stuff, but then he put some thing new in it though as well, and he's literally created some kind of uniqueness when it comes to him. Like some people when it comes to the scene as well though, he don't really get the credit he deserves though, because he's that talented though that people respect him. So he's not too underground and he's not too mainstream. He's like straight down the middle, or like he's straight down his own lane, that people actually do respect him though. Like he's literally respected.
Right. Blaze says, based on what I've just heard, that East Coast 2 short project won't be one to sleep on. Keep the music coming. Yeah, man. Definitely, bro. Check that one out. I do believe while we're sitting here talking that I actually have the whole project up in its entirety. Let me see.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. I get you on that though. But yeah, that's why I rate Tef a lot though, because with Tef though, his music though, not just as an artist though as well, he's even like basic. I've seen a video of him literally though on TikTok as well. He went to the mosque as well. Like he became Muslim at some point. Like Tef is, yes, he was born Christian, became Muslim as well, and he literally went to the mosque as well. And Lewisham though, in Lewisham he went to the mosque though, and he literally, spoke there, and he took his time out to, speak. And I rate Tef for that though.
Right. I'm placing the East Coast 2 short link in the chat. This this project right here, of course, just was inspired by the legacy of Too Short. Short Dog is definitely instrumental to just the hip hop rap scene and so
That I can
influential.
agree. I agree. Right. Look, I'll show you what Tef actually looks like though. See, look. One second. I gotta show you. One second, just gotta get how you show. Yeah, that's how Tef actually looks like though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's why I rate him a lot though.
Right. Making sure, okay, everything's good. Link is in the chat for anybody want to come up and join the conversation. We got Young Riaz up here sharing his thoughts and opinions about the UK music sound. We're just talking about music in general. To me, I just believe that music is a universal language that everybody speaks very well, because music is for everybody, and it's always a great thing when people can cross reference, certain different songs, to kind of expand, your music catalog to different things and different artists, because it's a lot of music out there. So always great.
Yeah, I totally get you on that though. Yeah, I feel you on that though. And he's even had like few albums that have actually literally charted before though, but with him, literally, I rate him. I think 2020 one time though, like normally he's stuck with the sound that he's normally stuck with since 2008. But I think in 2021 time he changed up his sound though a bit though, and he he switched it up a bit though, and he had a song called "Stay Dangerous" though. That's like one of his most famous songs though. Test's most famous song is "Stay Dangerous."
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's something that I actually read though, and he's from Brixton though, and stuff like that. So I just read into that. So
Yes, sir. Blaze
yeah.
says Too Short has many gems across his entire discography. 100
Mhm.
emojis.
Yeah, I think the song I can name though is pretty much "So You Wanna Be a Gangster, You Got I'ma Play" or something like that though. Or something like that.
Yeah, man. Definitely a lot of gems, man. He been doing it since what, 89, he said?
1980? I think 1983 actually.
83, think it's a little earlier than that.
Wait, so probably say late
Yeah,
70s?
because I
Late
think he
70s
said,
or early 80s?
yeah, I think he said you might be right though, Riaz, about 83, 85, around that
Yeah,
range when he was
I
kind of
almost
getting
said
his start.
1983 though, because I think it's like I think his first project, though, I think it was like some kind of tape. That wasn't his official album though. I wasn't sure though, but I kind of think it was like 1983 or something like that though. I think the earliest project though for him is 1983.
Right. Yeah, you might be right though. I believe that might be right because around that time, him and E40 was getting a start because E40 was out around that same amount of time too. Well, back in that era as well. And
Yeah.
I've been listening to like lately. I've been listening to a lot of old E40, in a major way. Rappers Ball, E40 got some hits. Like he definitely that Bay Area sound, between E40 and Too Short was on lock, in the early 90s of West Coast hip hop for sure.
Okay. Wait, so I think West Coast hip hop started in the. I think it started in 1979. I think though, and slowly evolved around that time. I think it's just probably people mostly think, it's like late 80s, 90s, though that's where people know West Coast hip hop the most. But I think it probably started around 1979. So it
Yeah,
sounded more electro though, I think. Adam wasn't, I think though, in his, when Two Shot was doing it, sounded more like an electronic sound or something like that though, because that was what was popular in the West Coast in that time. Had a more of an electronic feel though when the early West Coast stuff.
down right. Yeah, bro, that's the whole album. That's the actual playlist from the music channel too. So you could definitely check that one out. And I got other music on that channel as well. Blaze says, in a major way, is a straight classic. I press play and let the whole album ride out. Man, I'm trying to tell you, man. If it's a E40 album, I could recommend to anybody that's never listened to E40, or if somebody say they never heard of if E40's music or anything like that, in a major way would be the album that I would recommend to them. That's a classic E40 album, like hands down classic.
Okay, that's cool though. I get you on that though, yeah. Because, with my favorite artist, Tef, he literally said he started in 2005 though. That's what he said. He started in 2005 and he was doing grime in that time because in his town, though, that's what was most popular in that time. He did do rap and stuff like that, though, when he was like younger or something like that. But I think probably in his time, though, when he was up and coming, grime was popular. So he did mostly grime stuff first. And then I think it was like by 2007, 8 or something like that. That's when he switched to rap instead, though. He switched to more of a road rap sound, though, because the commercialization of grime and the rise of gigs in 2007 was the reason, a lot of, guys in that time, though, switched their sound a bit, though, because I started to notice how, grime did not sound the way it sounded when it was, when it was like basically, when it originally sounded, though, it didn't sound the same, and their beats and how it felt and everything like that. That's why they kind of changed and started to cross over a bit more. Some of them either went very commercial though, or some of them just basically went straight hip hop though. Because I think the problem is you can't commercialize grime. It's that grime is like that type of genre you can never commercialize. You can make money off it, but you can never commercialize it though, because then it doesn't sound like grime no more. It sounds more like pop though. Nothing wrong in that type of sound, but at the same time, it just loses its raw, authentic feel. The whole point of grime, though, it's dark and the whole point of the grime sound is to be dark and grimy sound, though. So if you actually commercialize it and make it sound a bit more art pop type feeling, it kind of just loses the whole point of what it sounded like.
Yeah, but you see, that's where the game is headed now, as far as just music. It's more so the business side of the music. The music's going to always be good, but that business side and them trying to commercialize certain genres, I see that more and more happening now today, present time, because of just the business side of things.
Yes, I think with grime it had two waves though, and then recently grime is being revived in the UK recently though. I think it was like basically from the second wave of grime lasted from 2011 to 2019 though, because that was just what, because when Skepta, became massive though in 2016 though, that's when the entire grime scene became revived in the entire whole nation though. But I think before that though, in 2011 though, grime was revived in 2011 because of the Birmingham grime scene in that time though, and you got guys like Mist and all that though. Basically, that type of side though made grime people get interested again though. So yeah, slowly though, they started to revive though, because grime is like the foundation of the UK basically. So it comes and it goes, but it'll always be around though, and that's, I think with Afro swing, people actually like Afro swing as well, because it's the Afro swing genre is just basically you get everyone though. Everyone's basically involved though. You even got girls though. Even girls come there as well. Though. It makes it easy for the girls to get into the Afro swing genre though, because it's like it's like summertime type of feeling. It's like party type of thing though. So even radio type of thing. So it's like a more broad audience though with the Afro swing type of genre, because Afro swing is basically the Afrobeat, dancehall, grime, trap, and hip hop all blend with R&B together, and they created something different though.
Right. Yeah, man. Definitely gotta love new creations. Blaze says another classic album from that era is Spice One's 187 he wrote. Look, I can do the music convo all day.
Okay.
I dig in the crates on the regular. Now, Spice One is like the next West Coast artist that I was going to listen to next, as far as going down like and listening to his whole discography, because Spice One definitely got like a legendary sound. Right now, like I said, I'm listening to early E40 records, but I'm also listening to early MC8 records too as well. MC8 was definitely he had a uniqueness with his flow as well. Like he had that West Coast sound, and just his storytelling abilities was top notch. So definitely listening to a lot of MC8 right now.
That's cool. For me, though, I prefer more East Coast. If I had to listen to, I do like both American and UK, though, but I don't mind West Coast, but I'm more of an East Coast person. I know East Coast stuff is no longer how it used to be when it was back then, but I'm just saying, like, basically old school East Coast stuff, though, I was more into the East Coast than the West Coast. I've got nothing against West Coast has talent artists, though, but I prefer the East side more, though, actually. It's basically East Coast hip hop sounds a bit more it's not, I have nothing against it, just basically it's easy for me to get into, because it just sounds, like, yeah, it's more like, got that kind of, not UK type thing, but it's just that type of influence as well, though, just instantly, though, just reminds me of how easy it's to get into for me, though, because because London and New York are very similar in a way, so it's just easier to relate to the East side, though.
Right. And that's a valid statement, because I was actually thinking about that when I was just sitting back listening to some old tunes. And I was like, being raised on the East Coast and listening to, of course, up top New York sound, and listening to the Dirty South sound, and just having all these variations of music around you is pretty much what's going on the West Coast. It's up to like the actual listener, the music listener, to branch out and expand like on listening to different things. So that's pretty much like, I always liked the West Coast sound because of just the West Coast. Like, people say that they'll talk too much about the West Coast beats. Like, beats from the West Coast be fire. Like, they sample heavy beats. They kind of got like that Kanye West, before Kanye West, before Kanye West came out with the heavy sampling. West Coast got the samples, you know what I'm saying? Like, when you listen to like old Pac records, you listen to like old MC8 records, old E40 records, old Too Short records, the East Coast, old Dr. Dre records. Dr. Dre was out there, putting together some classics too. So the West Coast really, to me, got like that melodic Sunset, captured Cali flow, and East Coast got like more like the grimy storytelling. The life was much different on the East Coast too, and you can hear it through like the sound, the lyrics, the production.
Okay, so I was just gonna say though, man, basically when it comes to the East Coast, it's more of a grimy type of feeling. So you can vibe to an East Coast record though, but when you actually play a West Coast though, the West Coast is made for more people to dance to though. West and South is more to actually people to actually get down, dance more though, basically. To make you dance more. Not saying you can't dance to an East Coast record though, but East Coast is more of a chill, laid back vibe though. So that's what basically, I think with the UK stuff though, if you look back at old UK rap videos and stuff, they were more inspired by yes, American though, but they're more inspired by New York stuff though first, mostly though, the way they dressed and everything like that though. And it's just what they grew up on now. I think recently, by 2012, some of them started to switch it up to more of a Chicago-inspired sound or something like that, though. Yeah, you had UK drill and stuff like that. But I think, though, recently, though, they're changing up their fashion or something, the underground type of feeling, though. Is the underground UK rap stuff, but they're dressing more like alternative rock artists or type of sound. They got like, those grunge braids, that grunge haircut though, and the beat they choose though is like basically a blend, of that type of sound though.
No, I definitely understand that. You definitely said exactly just that, like the Dirty South, it's more for the dancing, but of course, the Dirty South, is lifestyle raps is too. I definitely enjoy, trap music, getting the East Coast sound as far as the boom bap. Like, I love the boom bap, that's classic. When you got like DJ Premier, and you got legends like that up there, you got Griselda now to like the Future and stuff like that. Like, I definitely love the East Coast sound and the West Coast to me. And I forgot where I was at, but hearing a DJ be like, all right, let's go to the West Coast, I'm gonna play some West Coast, and everybody in the East Coast was like, nah. I'm like, why not? The West Coast got some of the best records, in hip hop as well. Just the East Coast got some legendary records too, but the West Coast got a lot of legendary records too as well. So I just like music, man. It's just as a universal language.
But my favorite probably universal on both coasts is Tupac though, because Tupac started on the East Coast first, and then he switched over to the West Coast, I think 1995 or something like that though, and he basically took over both sides though. Tupac was the universal type though, basic. I'm not saying that you didn't have New York artists though back then who didn't take over West, but I'm saying though, like both sides though, universally like Tupac. You had people who didn't like him, no, but whether they liked him or not, he was universal though, because even people in the UK actually love him though.
Right.
Is that
Yeah. Pac definitely left his mark, on the hip hop game, on just music in general, all like the subject matter, the different pockets of flow, the storytelling. Like he covered a lot of ground as an artist, that revolutionized the sound of music itself. And then later on, artists like Nas come along, Jay-Z, and they take it to another level too as far as the lyricism. So yeah, like
okay?
cats like Pac and Biggie that ushered in those styles of flows and stuff, man. Yeah, it definitely has something to do with like the dynamics of just like
Okay,
the
that's
sound of
cool.
music.
I probably, if I had to pick Nas or Jay Z, I'm always picking Nas first though. I prefer Nas over Jay Z. I've got nothing against Jay Z though, but I don't think, Jay Z is as great as people say he is. Yes, he's talented and he has good music though, but I feel like there are people better than Jay Z in my opinion though. I ain't hating though, but to me though, I feel like there are people better than Jay Z though musically.
Well, do you remember that song he did with Eminem called Renegade?
I heard about it.
Okay, because I was going to ask you what you thought about Jay-Z's verse on that song.
Mm, I didn't feel. I heard about it, but I wasn't feeling it though. When I heard Nas' stuff, though, looking back, I was probably too young to remember that. I was born in 2001, no, but when I listened to older stuff and stuff, when I listened to Nas' stuff, I literally loved it though. Literally, man. I literally loved the Nas' stuff though. Like literally. In that time though, like the way I heard that type of song though, and I was like, not the not the song though, but his verses.
Oh, you talking about which song was it again?
No, you're asking have I heard the song Renegade though, and you asked me about Jay
Oh,
Z's verse.
right.
I was like,
Oh, so you have heard it or you didn't hear it?
No, I've heard of it though.
Okay,
I
if you
did.
heard it, and the reason why I reference that song because, of course, when we think about like Jay-Z and his lyricism, I use that as like almost like a baseline as far as like the dynamic of Jay-Z's flow. Jay-Z in his early work, he showed a wide range of different pockets of flow he can get into, but like his later music, like Blueprint, let's see what came out, the Blueprint Kingdom Come, and Blueprint 2, and albums like that. I like those. I thought those was good too as well. Even Watch the Throne with him and Kanye West. That's some of like the best Jay-Z flows that I was
Okay.
hearing at the time. So I think now, granted, do I think Nas is the better lyricist? Yeah, for sure. Nas to me has a timeless flow. Like you can place Nas the artist in so many different genres of music. Well, not different genres, but different eras of hip hop that he'll be just fine because the kind of flow he has is timeless.
Yeah, I totally feel you on that one. Is it because of his, he had a double album though, 99 though, and one was good and one was basically, not his best though. So is that what kind of you meant though? Like when he tried to go, he tried to do a commercial version of his project though with Nostradamus though, and it wasn't really that. It wasn't like people kind of felt it was a miss because it wasn't really him like that though. Is that what you meant in a way when you kind of actually hear about it? Because to me though, I put Nas over Jay-Z because lyrically he's better though, and I just feel like though, Nas is better though. That's how I feel it though. Because when he freestyles though and his songs, that's just how I feel though.
No, listen, I definitely respect that opinion. I can say that I see why people would say that. Like Nas is definitely a lyricist, and Jay-Z as well to me as a lyricist, but I think Nas got more of a depth to his flow. It's more of a depth. that he rhymes with. And Jay-Z can get to that level, but I think what makes Jay-Z his uniqueness is the ability of songwriting and actually creating a song. Like, I think he has more of a better song writing ability than Nas does. Like, Jay-Z can
Okay.
write a song.
Oh, wait, actually, though, I'd probably say, though, when you mean by songwriting, I think you mean commercially, though. Not saying
Yeah,
critically as
yeah,
well, though.
yeah. I'm thinking
Also,
about
when you mean
commercial.
like to
Yeah.
cross, oh, in that sense, when you meant by songwriting, I think you meant in a commercial sense, though. If you had to compare the both, Jay Z was more easy to do the crossover type sound, though. Nas, though, he can try, though, but that's not his strong suit.
Right,
He's
right.
Nas is more of a deeper type of storyteller, though. That's the same with Tef in some way, though. Tef, yeah, he can make commercial stuff, though, but Tef is more of that deep storyteller. People rate Tef because he's a storyteller. He tells stories in his song. Sticks to what he knows, though, and people just rate him. And he's never really had a miss, though. Like literally, one of his songs though called "In Keep the Change" just called "The Gutter" though, where he uses he takes a bit of Nas's beat though, but he makes it more grimy. He slows it down. He basically customizes it, and he switches the beat and flow though at some point throughout the song though. So he does rate Nas though in a way, and he respects him a lot. So yeah.
Yeah, man. Benson, I love artists that have that ability of storytelling. Blaze says, I agree. He said West Coast music will always hold a special place in my heart, but there's no denying that every coast has artists that cranked out certified gems. Absolutely, man.
Okay, I
Absolutely.
won't take that away from you. If you feel okay, I get it. That's personal preference, though, and I can respect that, though. If you like West Coast, hip hop, that's up to you, though. I respect that, though. Yeah, I'll give you that, though, in a way. It's just that depends on depends, I don't know, just feels, I don't know, just depends to me though, on the certain style or certain artist though, when it comes to West. It's not, I don't like the West. West is cool and all that though, when it comes to fashion and some of the music though. I just prefer the East Coast because I like a grimy vibe though. And basically, East Coast reminds me of, the UK in a way though, where when they come to approach though. That's just what I like though.
Oh yeah,
I like
man.
that.
Listen, that's why I say music is such a universal language that it's for everyone, and I always like to hear people's perspective of why they like, or why they listen to the particular artist they listen to, and being that they listen to that particular artist, what is a song you would recommend as to what made you a listener to their material and stuff. So definitely understand you on that, man.
Yeah, I feel you on that. Yeah. Because look, I kind of also sometimes though, the New York music videos and stuff. Some of them though like to use that low budget feeling though. Those low budget music videos literally makes you actually want to watch them though. Like, literally, like it shows the raw, unauthentic talent, the raw, authentic talent though with the low budget videos though. That's what I kind of liked about it though. When it comes to the East Coast type thing, I'm saying West Coast don't have that either though. But I'm saying though, when it comes to the East Coast and the UK, I just like the low budget type of feeling. Not saying though with a lot of high budget music videos are not good. They're good though, and it's really good, and it shows how far they progressed. I just like that grimy feeling though, like when they are on the block basically freestyling there, or like when they're basically making videos though in their neighborhood, in their hood and stuff like that though, making videos there though, low budget and all that though, that just basically gives a different type of vibe, and it shows how dedicated and how talented they are when they do it low budget style first though. I like that.
No, I agree, man. I like videos like that too. It lets the hunger that they have for their craft and stuff. So I definitely understand. Even movies like that be on that type of time. Blaze says back in '94, Nas did a song called "One on One" for the Street Fighter soundtrack. It's a hidden gem worth checking out. Duly noted. Definitely gonna check that out, bro. Definitely gonna check that out. He said, "Y'all
Mm-hmm.
gonna make me put together a playlist on the fly." Hey man,
Okay.
listen. I love the music, man. Love the music, bro. Like I can have these conversations all day long, because music is everywhere, and there's so many different people listening to all different types of music and different types of artists, man. So
Yeah, that's
always
totally
always
true.
like the conversations.
Yeah, I feel you, now, man. Like, look, that's why I just kind of rate. No, I kind of get though. The only reason I like Tef a lot, I just like basically, yeah, his style and how he matured and his take on his music as well, though, from where he came from and stuff like that, though. Like, he was once about that life and how he is and how he's matured up a bit and everything like that. So I just like his mature take as well, though. Like, literally, he said, look, he gets the struggle is real, but he even said though in his music, the streets is a myth. Like, the streets is a myth though, yes, but the struggle is real, of course. Like, basically, the concept and everything like that. So I get what he's saying. The concept of the street life stuff is a myth.
Right, right. Yeah, man. It's always good when it's music that you can relate to, and that's what actually captivates you as a listener, to hear the artist and his storytelling abilities, especially if you've seen a familiar background and now you're hearing an actual person be able to craft it into a song and structure it lyrically where you understand it and can enjoy the content, man. That's the beauty
Yeah, I
of
feel
music,
you
bro.
on that though. I probably do suggest to you on your own time though, pretty much check out a song by Teflon. It's called Young Stefan, and basically the artist name is Young Stefan. The song is called End of the Road though, but basically how you spell the end of the road though, basically though. So it's like it's on a platform though back then called UK Overstood though. So you should check out the song called you know end of the road.
Yeah, man, definitely gonna check it out, man. I always like your references, your music references, John Riaz. They be lit, man. You be
Thank
having
you.
UK sounds, man. Definitely appreciate those references. They definitely do be lit.
Yeah, because look, I got love for America too. Also, sometimes you just like what you like though as well. Because I always give props where props is due, of course though. And yeah, I do. Wait, but I don't know though. I just figure on that though. The only reason I rate Nas more than Jay Z, though, is because it's not just musically how talented and lyrically he is though. It's just how far I understand how far both have progressed though. It's just Nas to me though. No matter how much money the man has though, the man will always find a way to basically be a real one no matter what. I'm not saying Jay-Z fake or nothing like that though. I'm not saying he's not fake or anything like that though. He just feels too manufactured to me though. The way he is now, he feels too manufactured. I get it though. You're in that type of position, you're doing your thing, and I ain't hating though. I just basically prefer Nas over him because no matter what, position, no matter how much money Nas got, no matter what position he is in, he's always basically been a real one the way he is though. The way he moves and the way he conducts business though, he's always been a real one.
I understand that. I definitely understand that. I see what you mean, and that's why I said what I said. Jay Z, he has that business side of the music game down to a T. He knows exactly the ins and outs as to how artists, is going to move as far as, or how they want to further their career, I should say. And Nas is that artist that's comfortable with where he at, his status. He's an OG in the game, and he's at a point where he does business the way how he want to do business. And I
Yeah,
definitely
I
respect that.
probably agree with you though. I probably say when it comes to both of them, both have a business mind though. Just not method though of where he does it though, the way his approach though, where he comes across though. Of course, he's like both have a similar mindset when it comes to business. It's just the way they approach it though. Nas
Right.
is a bit more of a real one though when it comes to business though. The way he comes across and when he does it though. So when Nas does business though, He just gives off that real one, type of energy though, and people actually feel like they can gravitate slash connect to him in a way. And I get that about Jay. He's in a certain position. He's doing what he's gotta do though. But I guess it's personal preference though, and who you rate the most. And I can see you rate both though, and I can respect that though. I just basically rate Nas the most because I just, just a lot to admire though.
Absolutely, man. Definitely both of them OGs in the game, and we done seen, like, as far as them in the game, the trials and tribulations, the growth, and they definitely are where they are, where they can pretty much do business the way that they find it conducive for themselves. So yeah, that just
Okay.
came with the dedication and the work that they put in, man, for sure.
Yeah, I was probably gonna say, what do you think to you though is like basically the worst, Jay Z project, Jay Z, projects you heard, and you're basically like, nah, I kind of rate both of you though, where you actually preferred Nas over him the most though. Like, which projects of Jay do you not rate though? Like, the worst of his catalog.
You said what's the worst Jay-Z catalog?
Yep.
Dang, that's a good question. Man, that's a real good question. That's a real good question. Because each J project to me is different. Let me see. Because I really have to like sit and think. Like, I don't know. Okay, let's see.
Yeah, I feel you
Let's
on that.
see. All his projects to me was all the projects when I'm sitting here looking at them, all of them were different. You got In My Lifetime Volume 1, Reasonable Doubt, which was classic, of course, when it was his debut album, Reasonable Doubt. Yep, debut album, Reasonable Doubt. We know that was a classic. In My Lifetime Volume 1, the Black Album, the Blueprint 2, the Dynasty Rock La Familia album. That album was fire. Hard Volume 2, Hard Knock Life, American Gangster, Kingdom Come, The Best of Both Worlds, Volume 3, Life and Times of S. Carter, Magna Carta, Holy Grail, Blueprint 3, and Watch the Throne. Now Blueprint 3.
What about his 2018 album? You forgot 444 actually. You forgot the last one. You
Like
forgot
440. Hold on. Did I say 4? Okay, yeah.
444.
444 and Everything Is Love. So I don't think I've heard Everything Is Love. But that was the Carters. Okay, that's why. Okay, yeah, I don't think I ever heard that one in its entirety. But 444 was good too. I did like 444. Blueprint 3, I would say, let me see. What was actually on that one? What was the songs on that? Oh, no, that one was the one with What We Talking About, DOA, Thank You, Run This Town, Empire State of Mind. Nah, Blueprint 3 was lit. Now I'm sitting here looking at the track list, and from what I remember, yeah, Blueprint 3 was lit. I don't know, man. Now you asked me which Jay-Z wasn't good, which Jay-Z album wasn't good. I liked all the Jay albums, man. Now that I'm sitting here looking at the track listings for him and seeing like the progress of how each album got better with time. Like Blueprint, to me, my favorite Jay-Z album would have to be the Blueprint, and then next would be the Black Album. Yeah, okay. I would have to say the Black Album. I don't no particular order, but definitely number one would be Blueprint. Everything else is kind of interchangeable. But damn, you got Reasonable Doubt too, though. Reasonable Doubt was fire. Yeah, Young Riaz, I think I liked about all the projects that Jay did because again, it's songwriting ability, But what you think?
I'll probably say I kind of get you on that though. I'll probably say his first one's good. No, that's kind of an interesting question. I'm not too sure about the 2000 album he had. I don't know about that though. I just kind of heard a bit of it. It's not my type of feel. His 2000 album, his 2002, his album in 2002. I don't think I kind of rate that a bit though. Blueprint 2, I don't think I rate though. And yeah, I'm not too big on Jay to be honest. I ain't hating no, but just kind of hard to actually list it right now. Though it's not I have nothing against him. No, I just don't really rate him like that though. Like okay, look, he's good in his own way. I just feel like though there are people who are better than him in a lyrical sense though.
Oh
Lyrically though,
yeah, for sure. I agree. It's definitely people way more lyrical than Jay. Like I said, I think Nas is way more lyrical than Jay. It's a whole bunch of them. It's a whole lot of lyricists that I think will clash with Jay as far as lyricism. Like definitely.
yeah, so probably I think so. When it comes to music, though, I feel like there are other people better than Jay. But when it comes to business, though, I don't rate Jay. I don't know. Business, that's a different story, though. When it comes to business, I can see where you're getting at, though. I can agree to that. However, when it comes to music, though, I feel like there are people better than him. And I'm not saying he's not good or he's not better than anyone. No, he's good in his own way, and that's fine. I just feel like, to me, in my opinion, there are people better than him musically. Business, that's a different story.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's something that I wouldn't dispute. Definitely, I definitely believe it's people way more lyrical than he is, but it just he know his niche. You know what I'm saying? And him knowing his niche, he's exceptionally well at that. And that's songwriting and being able to, know have an ear for music and do the business that he like to do the business. So yeah, I can't take that from Jay. You know what I'm saying? And then like just looking back, you making me actually have to go back and look at all his projects in its entirety is just
Yeah,
insane.
because look, I get you on that. That you kind of like most of his projects, though. But I'm just saying, at some point, though, like when you go through his catalog, when you listen through halfway or some point throughout one of his projects, though, there must be some kind of cutoff point, though, because there must be like a few songs, though, where you're like, nah, I don't think I can finish that.
Okay, now as far as whole albums in their entirety,
Yeah.
I'm not saying that all his albums are albums that not all of them I can listen to in their entirety. Like I don't think I actually listen to I can listen to them all in their entirety without skipping a song. Magna Carta, Holy Grail was one. Let's see. I think I listened to the Blueprint 2 in its entirety, but that's another album I think I wouldn't listen to in its entirety. It's different ones, but as far as like the singles, like you were saying, the commercial hits, the singles and stuff, each album has, of course, a couple of those because you're going to get that is from Jay-Z, the artist, anyway, because that's what Jay-Z does. You know what I'm saying? He has that ear for music.
Okay. I mean, I respect that, though. That's understandable. Okay. I get you on that, though. I get that, though, and I respect that, though. That's just basic. I feel you, though. It is to me, when it comes to me, though, when it comes to the UK side, though, I actually like Tef a lot, though. It's not just him as a person. He's like, Tef is a real one, though. He's unapologetic. His style, he's a storyteller, though. People respect him. He doesn't really miss, though. And he's basically versatile, though, because he went from doing grime to rap and stuff like that, and he's kind of switched it up a bit. He found a way to blend both styles together, though. Like, he stuck to what he stuck, like when everyone else was, chasing a trend, Tef, with his longevity, though, basically, nothing wrong in basically switching up your style because you notice the culture and scene has changed, though. But just because everyone else is doing something, though, don't mean you have to follow after as well. Just basically, you have to find a way to basically make it unique as well. And that's why I rate Tef though, for his period, though, before he switched up a bit, is, he stuck to what he knew, but he found a way to make it unique and people actually bang it out, though. Because if him, though, like his unique storytelling and his style, though, like, literally, though, that's what I rate him for.
Yeah, and I get that. Anthony, what's going on? What's up, Anthony? Uh, Blaze said Riaz hating. Alexa, play "Hate Blood" by Jermaine Dupri. Yo, hey Blaze, he ain't stunting Jay. He said, look, Jay is not that one. Well, he not necessarily said Jay not that one. He just feel like Nas is the better lyricist, which I definitely understand. I agree. You know, Nas is definitely a timeless MC to me, but they both do two different things. Kind of like with Tupac and Biggie, they both were artists that did two different things, musically wise. Like their musical tastes were all different. You know,
Yeah,
so
I totally get though. Well, like basically they're both in some way equally matched though. It's just that certain parts of it they're stronger in certain areas they're stronger though. So I think when it comes to Tupac though, it's like not just no, both of them are equal. With Pac and Biggie, they're both matched though, equally matched though, and they're commercially they're kind of the same in some way though. The only difference though thing when it comes musically though, that's really hard though to actually decide between the both though, because they both make good music though, and I know how different they are though. I think it probably with Tupac as well though. He's more versatile. He can do almost any style though. Not saying that Biggie can't though. It's just that Biggie got a particular style that he's used to do, and people actually know him for though. And not saying he cannot switch it up or he's not versatile. Because look, I like both and I rate them both, and I can't decide between one or the other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's why I said, for me, like Biggie and Pop, they definitely was exceptional artists, but Pop was more of the poet. Biggie was definitely the rapper, an elite rapper, and that's what made them exceptionally well. Just their different, just their uniqueness.
I actually forgot. I almost forgot Tupac did do films as well. Though. So basically, when it came to commercial stuff, Tupac did do films and stuff like that because he was an actor as well. Though. So when it came to acting, though, you can give that to Tupac. Though, not saying Biggie can't act, though. He can act, though. It's just that Biggie only can play like a certain type of role. Tupac is versatile enough to play any kind of role when it comes to acting, though.
Yeah, but we gotta remember though. You gotta remember though. Tupac went to the theater arts, so he's definitely gonna have that in his bag. You know what I'm saying? He took theater arts to another level because he had that actual training. He actually went to school for that kind of stuff. So that's, to me, I think played a very significant role as far as his brand and far in music. The fact that he was a rapper, he was an actor, he was able to pull off the Tupac persona because of that kind of training from the theater arts.
I almost forgot that Tupac was an activist as well though. So while he was doing music and he's rapping, he's more like activist thing though. So basically he's versatile when it comes to his type of image though, and he can appeal to many different markets as well. With Tupac and stuff like that though, Tupac can do the spiritual side though, he could do the street side. So basically though, when it comes to different records and stuff like that, he's very versatile when it comes to that though. I can give you that though, because he can rap really fast, or he can rap laid back, chilled, or slowed down. So yeah, I get you on that.
Yeah, definitely. Tupac having that, being already those lessons and going to school for that stuff and being a student of the game, he understood what it took to appeal to an audience through his abilities of performing arts, where Biggie just had raw talent for rapping and was able to appeal to his audience through his lyricism and his uniqueness and his unique flow. So that's why I said both of them do things exceptionally well, and they're different types of artists. Both of them definitely rap, but I think Tupac's range was a bit more of a further reach because of the performing arts and because he understood, the image and brand of, like, when it came to just marketing and stuff like that. Tupac understood that because of the performing arts, skill set that he had.
Yeah, I kind of get you on that. That makes sense, though. So I totally get you on that. It's like Biggie's type of images, but other than doing the street stuff, he's more of a laid back type of guy, though. And I kind of get that. Basically, he's more like a laid back type of personality, though. So when he's not doing what he's doing, or when he's not basically, being in and out type of doing that type of stuff, though, he's more of a laid back type of guy where, he likes to chill and, he's more of a chilled out guy, basically. Like he can
Right.
do that quick stuff though if he wants, but his style is more laid back.
Yeah. Yeah. Like Biggie's persona was definitely different for especially the time that music was in too, where it wasn't rappers like Biggie that was being marketed and stuff like that. You've had LL
They were
Cool
rapping
J's
fast.
and all different types of rappers before Biggie. So Biggie was one of one. And to see a guy, have those kind of lyrics and stuff like that was it was a game changer. So it was definitely some legendary stuff.
Yeah, I feel you on that though. It's also with, both of them at that time as well. Isn't it also in that time as well, the Biggie's time when he was up and coming though, you had like rappers who literally rap really fast though. I think it was like late 80s, early 90s or something like that though. They had that quick spit and flow though. Now, I'm not saying that they don't do that nowadays though, but I guess though in that time though, that was pushed out more though. Rapping really fast.
Yeah, oh yeah, that was definitely going on around that time too. Yeah,
Where he
yeah,
was
Tongue
from though.
Twister, yeah, Twister, all them guys. That was DOS Effects. You had a lot of artists that was definitely on like that Midwest fast flow for sure.
Yeah. I totally get you. With UK grime, okay, so anyways, with the UK stuff though, when it comes to grime is like 140 beats per minute. That's really fast rapping though, and it's very dark, grimy. The lyrics is very unfiltered and everything like that though. That's what grime is. You can make grime into pretty much anything though. You can mold grime into anything. You can have the commercial side, the street side, any side though of grime you want. But most people prefer traditional grime like that, how it's supposed to be. Dark and grimy type vibes though. And doesn't have to be fast. You can slow grime down though and basically, make it, like lyrically, that's how it is though. Like that's what people prefer grime to be though. Because I think it was like I think it was like 2004, 2005, something like that though. I'd say there was this era where there was rhythm and grime though. So it's R&G type of sound. So you had grime and R&B. You had like a fusion genre, grime and R&B together though. And that was rhythm and grime was made to basically be the softest side to grime though. So you had like grime to be more of that dark, grimy, very rough type of style though. You had rhythm and grime to show the softer side though.
Right. Blaze said, I mean, Nas did win with Ether, and don't even fix your mouth to say Takeover was better. No, listen. Ether was fire. Ether was one of the greatest. Ether is one of the greatest diss records of all time when it comes to hip hop. It's up there with No Vaseline. You got Ether. What else? You want to put? I guess you can put Checkmate with Jada Kiss. It's so many diss records that's fire. I don't even want to just put them in order. They like that's not even a particular order. But
the top diss records though, both in America and UK, that's a very hard answer though, because because you got really a lot of good diss records in the UK also though, and you got a lot of good ones in America too though. And if you had to put both of them together and actually give a huge list, the list will be too long though if you combine both countries together though.
Yeah, but I will say Ether is definitely fire. Will definitely be one of the greatest disses of all time. And I have to put that up there as far as, one of the greatest. Ether definitely was fire. Now Takeover was good too. I did like Takeover. Takeover, Jay-Z was, pretty much being Jay-Z, but this is where the instant showed of the depth of writing, and what Nas did for Ether was just, man, that was phenomenal. So yeah, Ether was dope.
Wasn't it that he had like about 3 different versions to Ether? I think one was basically too light though. That would have ended him. One was too hard though, and that would have just basically be no, that just basically hurt his career though, because the second version though was too hard though. He went in too much though. And I think the third version, which is the final version, is he took both of them and he put it together. Where he literally went in so hard, but he wasn't too hard though. So he literally destroyed him though. Like he literally destroyed him, but at the same time though, he didn't go too far with it though. So when you put like both versions together though, so he had two different drafts to Ether though. One was basically he didn't go in too hard though. Second one, he went way too far.
Yeah.
That's
Now,
what I heard though.
how can y'all? He said, Blaze said, how can y'all forget Bone Thugs East 1999 81? No, so I know Bone Thugs was definitely elite rappers as far as with the fast flow and stuff like that. But I was thinking of like the earlier, so you can't consider, of course, Bone Thugs. I did have them in mind. You can't talk about fast flow and not mention Bone Thugs. Charles Adderley, what's up, bro? Factuals.
Bone Thugs is cool though. Yeah.
Well, Charles Adderley in the building. What's going on, bro? Blaze said, let's not get crazy now. The best diss record is No Vaseline. No one is seeing Ice Cube in the diss record department. No, Ice Cube was raw. I listened to some of his early stuff too. Ice Cube is raw, yo. Ice Cube is definitely legendary.
Yeah, pretty much. I remember Ice Cube had a song with Tupac and Ice-T, all featured together. Tupac had a song with Ice-T and Ice Cube on a song together, though. That's like a really good trio, though, actually.
Hell yeah, man. Ice Cube, man. That Predator album. I think that was the album with No Vaseline. If I'm not mistaken. Let me see. Let me see. Ice Cube. Let me see. Okay, so we got. Okay, what's the album with No Vaseline? Oh no, that wasn't the album with No Vaseline was much earlier. Let me see. It might have been America's Most Wanted. America's Most Wanted. Because Ice Cube got a lot of albums too.
Yeah, dude. I think was it one time he dissed Cypress Hill or something like that. Him and Cypress Hill went back and forth or something like that though. Wasn't that song though when he was dissing, I think Cypress Hill, was it called King of the Hill or something like that? He had a song called King of the Hill where he was dissing Cypress Hill.
Oh, I think I remember that. Yeah, so No Vaseline. Yeah, that was No Vaseline. Of course, I don't think it was.
Blaze said right here. He said it. Blaze said right here on the Death Certificate album.
Yep, I see it. Yep, the 20th song on the Death Certificate album in '91. Yep, Death Certificate album.
Okay.
He said I might be a little biased, Cali in my blood. No, it's okay, man.
I respect that, man. I mean, you can call me biased. I'm more like neutral. I'm neutral though when it comes to that though. But when it comes to the UK, yeah, I can say I'm a little bit more biased right now though. But trust me, when I was like probably like 15, 19 or something like that, though, I'm more into the American side more though. Because I didn't listen to UK stuff that much. But then when I got more into the UK stuff, I started to, choose one side over the other. I actually like both though. It's just that I started to see more talent over here though when I actually look here. Not just here, but also back in a long time ago. So
yeah,
so I
understand
that's
that.
the personal preference though.
Yes, sir, man. Definitely love music, man. Universal language. But before we get out of here, man, what's something you want to let the audience know about Young Riaz?
Okay, so pretty much make sure to check me out. Check out the show I posted today, though, and also make sure to check out my TikTok as well, though. So let's help me grow over on TikTok also, though, and also please leave a like, make sure to leave a comment, and also share, and also connect to the host, connect to me also. So let's help us grow together, though, and make sure to I'm very consistent though, so make sure to check out some of my videos, check out the shorts I've posted though, and I'm gonna be consistent enough to post though as well though. And pretty much all I'm gonna say is I just rate both countries' music scene, and that's it though. So that's that, man. So I'm done though.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Shouts out to Young Riaz, man. I'm gonna definitely make sure I put your link in the chat as well. Appreciate you pulling up, Young Riaz, for sharing your thoughts and opinions. Great hip hop debate, man. Always a great hip hop debate when Young Riaz joins the show and gives his insight on how he looks at this stuff. And healthy dialogue. Jay-Z versus Nas, who y'all got? Lyrically. I was speaking about the songwriting as well. Of course, we know Jay-Z is more commercial than Nas, but lyrically, who do you have? Nas versus Jay-Z. Make sure you put it down in the comment section below if you made it this far in the live broadcast. But again, shouts out to Young Riaz for coming up, sharing his thoughts and opinions. Made for a great show. This was a good Saturday day show with chill conversations with OSD Live Reloaded. And I appreciate everybody that's shared their thoughts and opinions. Shouts out to Blaze Mac, giving his insight in the chat. We might have to do a part 2. This was cool. This was dope, man. As you can see with the hip hop talk and just music talk in general, it can go, because there's so many different perspectives, because music is for everybody. So great live stream. Again, shouts out to you all for making this possible. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Make sure you sub up to the main channel, Also Dope Live, OHSODOPE Live, LIVE. Sub up to my YouTube music channel, Steph is Dope, STEFFISDOPE. Man, always a great time. Appreciate y'all. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Make sure, let me put Young Riaz channel in the chat. Put Young Riaz channel in the chat. Let me see. Yeah, got you. All right. There we go. That's Young Riaz's YouTube channel. The link to it. Again, appreciate y'all, man. Y'all continue to have a good rest of your Saturday. For those that's watching the playback, you know what to do. Run it up, run it up, run it up, run it up. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. This is OSD Live with another live broadcast. Tapping in with you to see what your thoughts and opinions are on this great Saturday. Continue to have a good rest of your day. Until next time. Gone.
One player ass nigga as I stab through. Yes, I'm the nigga that she gon' choose. Hennessy privilege with lemonade juice. I ain't with the fuckery, bitch, I'm chunking the deuce. Right, motherfuck what niggas talking about. My new plug, make sure I never see a drought. I keep some of my essentials in my Nike pouch. She mad her pussy trash can, girl, don't be a grouch. Stinking bitch. Lately I've been running into weirdos. That's why I limit my time time outside for real, bro. Right. Motherfuckers too green to realize it, though. If it ain't making no money, why give a fuck? Who kick some ice in the tub? Sauce. Give me some TLC, bitch. I'm no scrub. She playing games while her friend can be her sub. I'll order wings with the spicy chicken lemon rub. Rolex diamonds, it came from grinding. Baby boo all in. She understands the assignment. I'm tearing her ass up. She gon' need an alignment. One wave of the wrist. I bet I'm changing the climate. I'm the reason why these niggas so mad. Instead of hating, you should go and get a bag. I got it out the mud. I thought that you'd be glad. Went from Timex to Rolex class. NBA 2K God, 2K God. Player ass nigga from Valentine Boulevard, ho. I am him, not the two, but the one. I'ma make a wild run. You want some? Baby, listen, move some. Smelling like Tom Ford, gray Veta fur is nothing. It's regular shit you supposed to be on. Lil' mama tryna make me trip, but I remain calm. My way ice cold, something smooth on them hoes. I'm feeling like a whole cheat code. You bring me back my money in full. Let me keep those. Trifling bitches, my heart froze. I'm like Space Ghost, coast to coast. Petty white rum, bacon, eggs with the toast. Turkey seems like I master whipping audio dope. Whip it. Dope Vibrations TV, I'm the host. You know, Rolex diamonds, it came from grinding. Baby boo all in. She understands the assignment. I'm tearing her ass up. She gon' need an alignment. One wave of the wrist. I bet I'm changing the climate. I'm the reason why these niggas so mad. Instead of hating, you should go and get a bag. I got it out the mud. I thought that you'd be glad. Went from Timex to Rolex class.
When I ride, I get high, so high. When I ride, oh, when I ride, and I get high.
Ain't nothing like them late night cruises, that's factual. I got my lighter trying to see what this pack can do. Khaki out, purple punch in the bag. I wrote to this song for you to spark to. Heavyweight smoke title in the rafters. A stendo filled with vegetables from the pastures of Thailand. Get high, man. These will tie you in the clouds in the sky, man. So high, I put my mind at ease. R.I.P. Gary, cause we still puffing on cheese. I keep it so a thou wow, that's on G's. Mason jar filled with high grade premium trees. Kush fragrance, layered with Tom Ford cologne. Keep them negative vibes over there, cause I don't condone none of that fuck shit. Right, you little fucking bird. All I need is cold Perrier and purple herb. Shit we totin' on that potent, and you know there's vegetables that I'm rolling. Let's go scrolling up to the spaceship on a trip. Blue chips on at the moment. Puff don't pass, cause everybody got their own spliffs. Factuals. That bomb, that lime, goddamn, that Cali cake. Ooh, she be pulling so good that you gotta look at her. Sincere face like Mary, yes you do matter. Got my animal cookies, I'm so lit. Word to my name, motherfucker, I'm on my shit. Jerry Payton, Animal Mints, and Larry Bird. All-star pack of legendary purple herb. Ooh, what's the word? Let's get to the cream. Never mind them clowns, their whole lives are damn mean. Baby, I'm puffin', that 93 pack puffin', yeah, I need that.